Welcome to We Are Selling, the weekly podcast and pod tips for the real estate community, brought to you by Realtair. Realtair is the platform of choice of real estate professionals who are powering their career with the implementation of pitch, sign and sell. My name's Lee Woodward of the Realtair Academy. Let's get started with this week's coaching and content tips. As a real estate industry educator, you come to observe why the greats have a breakthrough and their repeatable performance. And it is because they have incredible preparation, belief in themselves and what they can do. Today's podcast tip on We Are Selling is about selling yourself on the importance of preparation, as it will stay with you forever. Today's incredible knowledge is delivered by Bill Sweetenham, the Australian swim team coach, and a person who internationally has developed some of the very best athletes, swimmers we have ever seen. Bill, my question for you is about preparation. Some people think they need to do a little bit. Some people, they understand the incredible outcome of preparation. What is your view on this? And let us know what you've seen internationally, what goes on.
I think you have to have great self-belief that you can be the best, but never ever believe you are the best. I think the opportunity to be the best is always there. Duane Fangio, a great Formula One driver, always said, never believe you are the best, always believe you can be the best. And I think that resonates through achievement at the top. When you ever see Michael Jordan, any of the great athletes, do something spectacular in sport, the common quote after that performance is, it was easy, this was easy. It's only easy because their preparation is clinical, it's precise, it's rehearsal, and then more rehearsal. I think once or twice you might get away with a great performance on luck or chance, but luck and chance have never been good to me. Well, it's always been guaranteed for me that you haven't got to be the best person in the game, but you've got to be the best prepared person in the game. No good having skill if it's not the best prepared skill, or talent that's not the best prepared talent. It's not the will to win, it's the will to prepare to win. It's the will to do all the little details, because under that pressure, that immense pressure, that high-level competition, whether it's in selling or arts or music or circus acts, you're going to have to perform in a set of circumstances that are not normal. I remember my first time at the Olympic Games, and I walked into the arena, a thought hit me. I was aware, acutely aware, that the presence of abnormal was there, and there was a lack of normal. There was nothing normal about the Olympic environment, but there's a huge emphasis on the presence of abnormal.
Bill, every person listening to this audio right now thinks, but under pressure I buckle, could be a lack of preparation, but I get scared. I've got to ask you, how is it standing at those blocks in the Olympics, and what's going through everyone's mind, especially in these words you've just used of abnormal?
I think great achievement and great success comes from people who are predatory in their ability to seize the moment and take advantage of opportunity. And the only way you can do that is to be the best prepared athlete or coach or team in the game. You have to be superior in your preparation to every other athlete or team that you're coming up against. If you can be superior in preparation, that develops self-confidence, self-belief, and personal pride. And personal pride is a great motivator. And personal pride in that you've done things that other people have only thought about, they haven't really dotted their I's or crossed their T's, you will then have the ability to convert the nerves, and everybody's going to get nerves under that sort of spotlight, into excitement. So the ability through a perfect or a very flawless preparation allows the athlete the ability to initially get nerves, but very quickly convert them to excitement of the challenge. And that's why you have gladiators in sport who can stand up and know that they've done the preparation, everything that could possibly be done has been done, and they very rarely falter through nerves. They falter through lack of preparation. So preparation has paramount in the performance of the athlete when it comes to being on automatic pilot, to do all the little things right without thinking about them. In sport, one of the strategies that's worked well for me, and I've delivered it to a lot of young people who've come back to me over years and said, Bill, the greatest thing we did with training with you was that we did performance days. A performance day happens once a week where the athlete picks a day of the week and on a rotational basis, it might be Monday this week, Tuesday next week, Wednesday the next week, they get up early in the morning, they do some stretching, they have a checklist, and they get ready for their perfect performance. Now, when I say performance, I don't mean just swimming. It might be a school exam, it might be setting their driver's license, it might be going for a job interview, but they have a strategy, so by 8:30 in the morning, they've had a flawless start to the day, and they're going to win that day. Whatever that day brings, they are going to win, simply because it's a performance day to them. It's a priority day where whatever's thrown at them, they're going to win the day. So a performance day relates to win the day. If they know they've got a school exam coming up, they can be better prepared for their exam. If they know they've got a swimming competition or they've got any stressful, they have to appear in court or the job interview, whatever, they have a strategy to prepare their mind first and their body second for a performance. If that's rehearsed on a weekly basis, it means that it becomes very much the brain leading the body rather than the body trying to lead the brain. So that's a strategy that I put in place for every young person that I deal with. It on a weekly basis and rotational from day to day, they have to have a performance day, and they should let me know when that's happening, and we can look at their step-by-step rehearsal of a performance day so it gets stronger and better. And if you can do that, your preparation is accumulative. It doesn't just happen. People think, oh, competition's coming up, I'll start to do it right next week or the week after. It's a lifestyle of habits that has to be put in place very early in an athlete or a young person's life so that they are conditioned to being under pressure. They are conditioned to accepting and acknowledging that pressure is going to come with any performance, and therefore they can do it better.
Thank you, Mr. Bill Sweetenham. To my podcast audience, I got so much out of that with the words of the will to prepare to win. We've all got competition, but if you're following your checklist and you're doing your rehearsal and rehearsal and rehearsal, and in our world, which is different to sport, that is your listening conversation. What you say on the phone when you're doing lead generation, and learning that preparation will be the gap between you and somebody else. Great success comes from seizing that moment. And the importance of that performance day, many years ago, John McGrath would say, I only list on a Wednesday and Thursday. But that gave him the self-confidence and personal pride to suit up, put the shoes on, and make sure it was a performance day. That's what a listing day is for us. I believe we all have a shot at the title if we're prepped. If you're not, you deserve nothing. You'll talk about the marketplace and why it wasn't fair to you. Bill mentioned about converting nerves into excitement. There's nothing more exciting than knowing you're prepared. You've learned that listing conversation. You know how to close that appointment. And that's why these pod tips are so important. The will to prepare to win is about learning and education. If you think you know it all, that's a sad moment, as learning gives us the energy to move forward. You have been listening to the pod tips and podcasts called We Are Selling, brought to you by Realtair. Realtair is the digital one-platform solution for real estate professionals that would like to use pitch, sign and sell. I'm Lee Woodward. Thank you for listening. At the Realtair Academy, our full interviews and entire training library is available for all our Realtair community members. Call 1300 367 412 or visit realtair.com. Thank you for listening.